That is truly the voice of our generation.
We're back! It's about freaking time, guys. Yeah.
You know?
Well,
just had to send it there.
Yeah, it's still gonna send it.
Still gonna send it. I mean, what'd you guys think? Did you miss us?
Yeah,
what's going on?
I don't know if you noticed a couple of the enhancements we've done to the set here. I just kind of painted something new, added some magazines, added some new lights.
Still have a messed up mic stand. Yeah. I don't know how to make this work, but it's okay.
But we do have to send a shout out to Randall for sending me a new mic stabilizer.
Did you is it annoying that you can hear yourself today?
Yes, I have so much reverb in my headphones, and I mean,
you know, I'm just kidding.
It's been a while. Anyways,
I had to set it up. We had to get back in the groove.
Yeah, we are just going to do a not quick, but a little recap of just what we've watched and caught up on in the month of August, because we've watched a lot. He's struggling. Dead air.
We did watch. Yeah, it's not dead air. It's not dead air. It's just this mic stand. It's the worst. It's okay. It's fine. It'll do. It'll play.
It'll play.
It's just that like when I let it go, it goes up like this, and then I have to, or it sounds bad. Like I have to I don't know.
You got to put some effort into it.
Yeah.
It's flaccid, if you will.
Right. Should I just do some crazy shit like this? Like.
No, you got to double hold the mic.
Okay. Shane Gillis reference.
Oh man, I'm glad they can't really I can't really hear the creaking chair in. Oh my god, this is a mess.
This is a mess.
You know what?
It's okay. It's the first day back.
This is what you've all signed up for listening to us. You've signed up for chaos, havoc, just absolute shenanigans. Yeah.
That's a little better. It's better, right? Does this look weird though? I mean, it probably does, but it's okay.
I don't think it looks weird. I think you might think it looks weird, which I feel like, you know what? Let's do a little rant here. That is something.
I'll give him a year.
About the microphone.
Oh my God. That is something that I feel like all of us have to work on, and me included, is thinking that we look stupid, but in reality, we don't.
And no, I definitely agree with that. And if I look bad, it's just I've been sweating trying to set the setup because we haven't set it up down here in a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, the air conditioning does not reach to the room we're in, and
we don't want it to because it'll be loud, you know. We just get fans.
Yeah, just a little boost, you know, one of those fans.
Yeah.
Boost. You
Does
guys know what
anyone
I'm
know
talking about.
Yeah, the creaking chairs.
Yeah, this is absurd. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you guys have to drop a like on.
This is a comedy podcast. No.
But not because it's funny. It's funny to laugh.
It's not funny, isn't it?
It's not funny. I got school.
It's not funny. I've got school. Did you miss us?
Honestly,
I'm gonna listen to this at work and just absolutely cry laughing.
but we do have new lights and a new painting. Some new.
We're gonna try and
gear.
interchange. We're gonna actually try to commit to interchanging the things here in the background. But we just wanted something fresh and a little different to come back with. Because if you stay tuned to the next podcast that we are going to be releasing, you'll hear a special announcement. So stay tuned to the next episode. Yeah, he forgot within like 10 minutes.
Oh, right.
We have a new gimmick.
A new gimmick where it's just me forgetting. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Wait.
I give him a year.
Yes. Just give me a year.
I give him a year. We have Brother Logan on the soundboard.
Yes. Oh my god. Brother Logan, yes.
I should have brought some like Kleenex in here because I just keep crying laughing.
Oh, should we tell them that you were crying to Master Chef?
Okay, it's not just MasterChef. I cry at everything.
I mean, yeah.
What did Ashley cry about today? Someone got voted in to MasterChef.
Right.
I mean, yeah, not horror related, but we've been watching some Gordon Ramsay shows. We've been really trying to get into our reality TV. Selling the OC is back. I can't wait for
Do you hate
Vanderpump
them?
Rules.
Do you hate the people on Selling the OC as much as me?
I
I hope
prefer
these are-
Selling Sunset.
Yeah. At least the people on that show aren't as annoying as Selling the OC. Like, they're so annoying.
But also on Selling Sunset, you kind of look forward to seeing the outfits they put together because sometimes they are dressed so absurdly. Right. Yeah.
I had to look for it on the soundboard.
I mean,
We got a new... Wait. I do have a new setup for the soundboard.
And
but
if it means anything,
I don't... Yeah, and we have a tablet, but it's like dead, and we don't have internet back here.
we're working on our upgrades slowly but surely.
I mean, yeah. No space on the table currently, but we're working on it.
One day we will manifest like a whole thing here, but for
We're
now
working
we
on
are
it.
filming in my teenage bedroom that I grew up in. So
Our pod lab.
our pod studio.
pod lab. And we had a pod cat, but that he screamed the entire time while we were setting up, so we had to...
Yeah, he doesn't like the closed door policy for when we're filming. So as soon as he feels the least bit closed in, it's meow, meow, meow. Pretty much.
Why is that one so low now? It was cranked.
I don't know. You playing tricks over here? I'm gonna blow my eardrums out.
There we go. I have a volume knob now.
It's 2023 and we're still milking this air horn sound like it was just yesterday.
It's 2023 and we finally just got
A hot
volume
topic?
knob. Oh yeah, literally. And you know what? Actually, you know what? We'll just move on from what I was gonna say.
No, what did I have a screenshot? Oh, we have to talk about something here. The bandage they're putting over our city.
Wait.
Yes. So we don't live in like the best neighborhood, admittedly, and there are a bunch of houses and businesses and things that have been broken into and overrun by the unhoused. And I mean, they looked really bad to begin with. Like, these were nice houses and properties and buildings that were, but now they're just like shattered, broken windows. And I don't know what.
Well, for example, to add on to it was nice. Like when I came here originally, I literally was like, oh, that place, it looks abandoned, but it wasn't so badly overrun that we couldn't enter it. And I was like, we should like maybe go urbexing. And you said, no, we're not doing that. That's dangerous. There's squatters.
And
then it burned down.
Yeah, it got lit on fire. So there's that. And now adding to that, the place has been fenced off. It looks like an eyesore to begin with, and it's like the only house on a little stretch where it's like parking lots on both sides, kind of. And they decided to spray paint it a giant rainbow, and over all of the like broken
Yeah.
boards, over all of the things that were arsoned. Like it's just
Did the guy that do it, did he say that he had more plans for
yeah,
it?
so we'll
Like,
have to
what
give
is
like a
that
huge
about?
shout out to Denial. He's the artist behind all of this, who does phenomenal work. I'm not going to discredit him there. He does phenomenal work. A lot of our city has been spruced up, and I just don't think that
With
doing it
Band-Aids.
this way is going to make our city look any better, considering it's an eyesore house to begin with, and now the eyesore house has been painted multicolored rainbow, and it sticks out like a sore thumb on a
The
street
entire house.
that looks deserted and abandoned to begin with.
It looks bad. It looks really bad. And I blame the mayor, but
I do too.
I tried
honestly.
I tried to tell the mayor on Facebook. He's always on Facebook, but maybe he allegedly doesn't read the comments or something, because I'm calling him out every time, and it seems like things are not getting done.
I just don't think that painting a house rainbow colored is going to do anything about the unhoused issue. And they need to really, do something for these people and not just paint the freaking house they're squatting in a rainbow. That's not
Yeah.
going to help with any of the issues. You need to like give them proper housing and places to detox safely.
True.
Anyways,
do,
as a
but they
former
just-
addict, I had to give my 2 cents in there.
They just don't like fully care. Like, I don't understand.
As someone who I'm just giving this as someone who I am 8 years clean and sober this year, and as someone who had that affliction, I don't think that making the outside of a place that I would have been staying at, like painting it, would have made my experience any better. I would have needed like food
Wasn't it
and
like an old
water
business
and
or
yeah,
something?
it was an old business and it just got overtaken. Like, give them resources, don't give them a band-aid over the place they're squatting in. It just makes me feel so frustrated because the city's not doing anything for these people, and it's just getting worse and worse. But they're painting the houses that they're staying in.
And giving the police like $500 million.
That's a whole
year.
different problem.
There's literally people like living in a building like nearby here.
Like,
and you
there's
see them
buildings with
in.
no windows. There's buildings where
Yeah.
people are living with no windows, no heat half the year. But
Like, it looks like a war zone in some of the places.
why is it so hard for them to just make people have a comfortable place to
Just
don't
like
get it.
4 or 5 years ago, you were saying it was like really nice
Yeah.
here. But then, like, what? Drew Dilkins took over, and he's like, okay, we're going to run this place into the ground.
I would say up until about the beginning of the pandemic, I felt comfortable and safe to do anything on my own. I did everything by myself, always.
Yeah.
And now I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable even walking to work alone. I feel like we almost got accosted the other day by some guy that was blocking the sidewalk.
Okay, that guy was just being funny. I don't know.
I don't know what he was doing, but he was like blocking the whole arms out,
He just
legs
like
out.
he stopped and turned around and went,
And like, yeah, if you guys are just listening to this, arms fully spread out, legs full, blocking the entire
staring
sidewalk.
at us.
And I like just gripped Alex's arm a little tighter. You know, he walked me a little further to work that day.
Right. Like, what the heck?
But that's my rant as someone who
I wasn't
was,
really worried about that guy. I kind of thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I
he
as
just
some-
turned around and walked away.
as someone who was in their shoes, I just feel like there's more that can be done.
Yeah, there really is.
So that was
Moving
just the intro.
on. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh.
We, like I said, we're just gonna kind of talk about some of the things we watched in the month of August, and
Lots of evil bong movies.
yeah, but I will shout out 2 things really quickly.
Charles Band.
Charles
I'm just
Band
kidding.
is a legend. Yeah, that guy, he likes 2 things: weed and tits. Our guy.
Oh my god. Okay. I have to clip that one.
Oh my god. But in all honesty, we did watch 2 one was a very good show, one kind of It was mid. We watched Brand New Cherry Flavor finally, and I really liked it. I am kind of sad that we're not getting any more of it, but it did feel, as Colors of the Dark mentioned the podcast, Rebecca McKendry and Ella Kane.
Shout out
Rebecca McKendry. She mentioned Brand New Cherry Flavor. They did a whole episode about it, but they said it was very Starry Eyes, and watching it, I get it. If you guys have seen Starry Eyes, you would like Brand New Cherry Flavor, but it also felt very Cronenbergian.
Yeah.
And if you know us, we're big fans.
It had a lot of references to older movies and stuff that you would know if you're like a horror lover.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a really short watch, and I'm sad it's over.
Yeah, and shout out Rebecca McKendry. Maybe we can get them on the pod or something.
I'm
sure they probably would do it if we just asked them.
I have been a big fan of Rebecca since I reviewed Separation, her short, on this channel back in like 2020 for Body Horror Review Week.
Not this channel.
Sorry, forgot we're not on my horror channel. What the hell? On my horror channel. And then she came up with a couple of great movies after that, and it's
Glorious,
been really
right?
Glorious was so good. Can you believe that she directed a film with J.K. Simmons and then freaking Jason from True Blood?
Right.
I'm so jealous. Yeah, but she's just a fantastic writer, director, and I love the podcast Colors of the Dark. So shout out Rebecca and Elric.
And a shout out Spectre Vision. They dodged my DM, but you know what? Even though I messed up and sent it from the wrong account, we're going to get them on the pod. They're coming on the pod. Elijah Wood, you're coming on the pod.
Elijah Wood, Daniel Noah, and team. We're looking at you.
They're coming on the pod. We're getting them on here.
Listen,
virtually.
Visitations, if you guys are a fan of like horror directors and people who are just like big names like John Landis, even Anna Lily Armenpour, Anna Lily, I forget which way her name goes, but she did A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, The Bad Batch. Right. Just they have so many fantastic directors on their show. So Visitations, you can watch that on Shudder or like listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Just big fans.
Sure.
But before I get too ahead of myself, we watched season 1 of Channel Zero finally. And that's what I meant by a mid-show. Didn't realize it was based on creepypastas until about 4 episodes in.
Yeah, and then I was like, I had already said that, like, I was like, okay, it was okay, but I was like, it's kind of mid. But then you were like, is it because it's about creepypastas? And then I said, you shouldn't have told me that.
I know, you went to a Click It episode and it was like the worldwide phenomenon based on creepypasta. And I was like, oh no, we're not into, my mom, speaking of creepypastas, when she bought me the movie for Slenderman, she bought me the DVD a little while ago and she goes, I bought you Sleepy Man. It's Sleepy Man.
We're not like, if they were like cool and like weren't kind of like half cringe, it would be cool.
If like, they didn't say that it was overtly based on a creepypasta, I feel like I would have been able to take myself out of that.
I feel like some people like they just like, I don't know, the creepypastas in general.
Okay. I feel
name creepypasta is kind of cringe.
Let me put my, my actual opinion in here. I feel like creepypastas are better read than like made into a watchable property. It's those things that you feel like you can read in the dark and they actually make you feel like you can imagine what's going on, but then it's put in front of you and it doesn't feel as effective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just not like, I never was like a huge fan of that. I don't know. I just thought it was like cringe people on Reddit who were in 4chan.
I'm a reformed 4chan user.
I mean, same. But it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like that era, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not in that. I feel like it's
Kind of mid.
Yeah. I feel like I'm above that
Okay, that's a hot take.
with my choices of things I like to watch.
I'm above it.
I am. Maybe something better. You know? I feel like I feel like your short story, which is coming out, is better than any of the creepypastas that have ever been written. Thank you.
Are you just saying that because we're getting married?
No, it's just better because creepypastas suck and they're cringe.
Yeah,
And
well,
you literally wrote something that's not cringe.
I also think that my grandmother is scary in real life, and that's why I wrote her as a villain in my story.
But also, that's just alleged, and
Yeah,
any
allegedly,
reference to any
allegedly.
real person is just a
Coincidence.
I'm just-
Right.
But yeah, no, I think everyone that likes horror should go check it out. And if you like creepypastas, go buy the book because it's better than any creepypasta that you've ever read, ever in the history of creepypastas existing. Thank you.
Also, it's only about 16 chapters, and it sounds like a lot, but it is short,
Yeah,
and
it's
you
short.
will be able to read it in like a day.
Yeah, it's pretty short. And it's easy. And it comes with a bunch of other stuff, and you can get a bundle currently.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a couple of those left.
Yeah, there's bundle with art and other stuff, but you know, I think it's cool.
Thanks, babe.
And we'll eventually get it made into like a physical book, but that's future plans.
Yeah,
Future
yeah.
plans. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start the video over because we're running out of room. We'll take a quick pee break, maybe, and then we'll talk about some movies that we've watched.
We watched.
Okay, we are
We're
back. Let's talk about the movies we watched. Really,
We were supposed to get drunk for this episode, by the way, but we got drunk last night instead.
Ashley does not drink. This was the first time that I had a drink in maybe 3. Well, I think I had a shot when you first came here, like 3 years ago, but it's been about 3 years, and
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna help me sleep, but I spent the whole night afraid to throw up, so I lost either way, and there's gonna be no more drinking in Ashley's future.
What do you mean? We're doing a drink pod. Future drink pod.
Maybe we'll do a future drink pod.
It was your mom's idea. She
It
got
was.
alcohol.
She literally gave us a small bottle of whiskey and said, "Drink on the podcast." Okay.
But then we were like, all right, we'll just drink tonight.
Yeah, honestly, we'll just hang out. We tried to, no, before we get into this, we tried to play with my pottery wheel last night,
Right.
and it was an absolute disaster.
While watching Leaving Neverland.
What a choice for the. If you ever wonder, and before that, we watched Train Spotting, and he said, "What do we follow Train Spotting up with?"
And then
Finding
I said,
Neverland?
Leaving Neverland.
Leaving Neverland? Oh my god, not Finding Neverland. That's with Freddie Highmore. Johnny Depp, I think. Anyways, what was I gonna say?
Pottery wheel?
Pottery wheel,
Oh,
the
yeah.
cursed pottery wheel. I just don't get it. I'm trying to dive into different mediums for art, and my pottery wheel requires a knob adjustment for speed as you are molding on the wheel. So he took charge of the speed knob, and when I tell you, this little pottery wheel almost flew off my desk about
Yeah.
8 times. Everything was covered in wet clay.
Wet.
My studio area downstairs was not the right place to be doing that.
Yeah, it was a mess. I had to put your apron on. 'cause you
Yeah,
didn't
my
start
hands
it
were
out.
covered. And he's like, I gotta put the apron on. It was fun though. Right.
No, just kidding. It was fun. It was well, I think you used too much on the pottery wheel the first time.
I know, when I was watching videos, it looked like they used a little tiny bit and they were making little itty bitty pots, but I don't know, I have like gorilla hands that I want to just punch everything in. You know?
I gotta clip that. Punch. Punch everything.
Punch.
Rack.
Rack. No. I'm
Okay.
leaving.
Should we tell them about that?
So if you suffer from ADHD like I do, maybe one of your things is vocal tics. And sometimes I pick up a vocal tic that will stay with me for weeks and months and even years in this case. I never heard of the Rackham guy.
Rackham Willie.
And
And then I
Alex
showed him.
he showed me a video like 2 years ago of this guy just going, rack 'em, rack. And I can't stop doing that. So like I'll be like in the middle of doing crafts and just quiet for like 10 minutes and then I rack.
But then we started yelling it at like the people doing nefarious things outside.
It's harmless. You know, if you're setting a fire outside, I feel like a nice rack is appropriate.
Or like, did we tell them the story about Rock Guy and how we were yelling rocks at him?
Oh
and
my
then he
god.
just
Okay,
got
so
us
there's
up?
a guy and
Just
we're gonna
harmless
get like, yeah,
pranks.
this is harmless behavior. We have like we
college
don't
style
get out
pranks.
much.
College style pranks.
This is college style pranks. And there's a guy that lives in the building next door and he makes it his business to like get involved in everybody's business. We watch him outside just talking to everybody, figuring out their life story. But his like main activity is finding rocks and filling in the potholes and like holes in the alleyway with like rocks. So one day as I rack rocks came out and we just started yelling rocks at him. Oh my god, this sounds so much worse
We're on
than it
like
actually
the 8th
is.
floor. Yeah, and we were yelling it and then hiding it and then hiding.
Oh,
And then he was just getting mad.
we sound like such bad people.
No.
We're not harming anybody. We're just having a little fun with them.
Playing a college style.
A college
prank.
style prank.
Like, haven't you guys ever done the silly string on people's doorknobs? I was telling Ashley we should do that.
Haven't
to
you ever
people.
saran wrapped the toilet seat? I have. No. Oh my god. This is what happens when we're stuck cooped up in the apartment because my leg is really bad right now and we can't do too much.
I mean, honestly.
I feel like we're in Disturbia just watching all the neighbors.
Messing with them.
But I feel like he knows it's us yelling rocks because he always like gives us dirty looks.
Yeah. Well,
You can't miss my hair.
that's okay. We just
Rocks!
light scares.
Light pranks.
Well, should we get into movies?
Yeah, it's been like 40 minutes and we're just getting into... Sorry, guys. It's been a while. We don't get out much.
We're gonna do 2 other pods.
I still have to cook dinner and work tomorrow.
That's okay. We're having fun.
Are we? Are we having fun yet? Yeah. Yeah. You know, Nickelback.
Right.
Ashley's been on her dad rock bullshit lately.
There it is.
I was waiting for that. Okay, you just like start with the movies, like get me going, and then I'll talk.
Evil Bong.
Okay, as we said, Charlie Band is an absolute legend.
We'll just group all the Evil Bong movies together because we watched them all.
We watched them all, and they were not bad. We even watched one of the Ginger, whatever his name is, versus the Evil Bong movie. We watched some pretty bad movies.
Yeah.
To be while
and we started with the fourth one, by the way.
We went 4 to 8 and then 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Yes. But
as one does.
Tubi, while they may have a large selection of horror movies, some of them are not that good.
Yeah, and some of them are like horror comedies like Evil Bong.
And some of them are disguised as softcore porn. Right. Okay, Evil Bong, done.
Evil Bong, done. We watched the In-Betweeners movies. I don't know if we talked about that.
No, we did not talk. Let me tell you, the In-Betweeners.
Speaking of Tubi, we watched the show.
Speaking of Tubi, yes. We watched all of the show and then both movies for the In-Betweeners. The UK one, not the US one.
Yeah.
And it was a rewatch for me, but I don't think I've laughed that hard in so long. There were so many instances where I could not catch my breath. I was crying laughing so hard.
Yeah, and Buswanker.
Buswanker!
Yeah.
Got me. And I had to like sit there and I just crying. I don't know. It wasn't even that funny.
When he punched the fish.
Oh my! When he punched, he like decimated a fish with his fist, and it made me just die inside. But I couldn't stop laughing.
Just the most random.
And then every time they start a new episode, it's the recap, and then you just see him punching the fish.
Right. Well, we watched a couple of horror movies. One of them was The Passenger.
Blumhouse. That one was a great movie.
Kyle Gallner.
Yeah, who is our horror king? You know, he's been in so many great horror movies. The Haunting in Connecticut, Jennifer's Body, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. You know, while that remake was not the best, he was still in it.
Yeah, true. He's like that guy that like is from movies, but you just don't know his name.
He looks like a Kyle.
Yeah.
Step the fuck up, Kyle. You know?
Right. And then another one we watched was Baccarat.
Oh, I've been waiting to watch that one. It was so good. I feel like Baccarat and Apocalypto would be a very good double feature kind of movie because you're dealing with two kind of places that, you know, you don't see the happenings and like inner workings of, but once you get to the end and like the conclusion of it, you're like, damn, that was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's about like some fictional town called Baccarat, right?
Yeah.
But these like white people come to like hunt them, I guess, but and it's pretty good. It's
their town or like wherever they live has been taken off the map.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure out why it's been removed from the maps, and it's because there's people hunting the people in the town. And like,
it's not as woke as you think it is.
No, not nearly at all. But the revenge that happens at the end, oh my god.
Yeah.
The shotgun blasts in that movie are like chef's kiss.
Well, skipping a couple, we watched that Poisoned documentary.
And
about
now
the food.
I am afraid to eat lettuce and cantaloupe.
That's where we just have to leave it. You guys have to watch it. Your lives will change.
Honestly.
Unless you were like QAnon or something. But just calling you out. I'm singling you out if you're QAnon.
Don't watch us.
Yeah.
Steven
What?
Crowder, don't watch us.
Oh, wait, do I have that?
I give him a year.
Wait. Which one is it? There it is. That's the Steven Crowder. Yeah.
Oh, we just got louder with Crowder.
That one.
We are not
Everybody listen up. Who took my
fucking phone, man.
Why is this so long? It's just such a long
Everybody,
clip.
hold up.
Wait, should we get the that motherfucker?
Oh.
That motherfucker.
But I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker, that motherfucker back there is not real.
We're the worst.
We've done nothing productive with our time away.
Fuck.
That motherfucker.
Fuck.
Speaking of QAnon.
Yeah, literally. But that guy that does the impression.
He annoys his mom on TikTok by like hiding in random places, and she'll walk in and he's just, that motherfucker back there is not real.
This is a treat for people.
Oh,
we
man.
watched Get Duped.
Oh, that movie is so fun. Especially if you are like a Run the Jewels fan.
Yeah.
That one really surprised us. But it is like if you like The Hunt, like the recent one, not the one with Mads Mikkelsen, the one with, I forget her name right now,
Yeah.
but the blonde one. No. Anyways, if you liked that movie where they are hunting like a demographic, this movie is about
hunting. Whoa.
You know what I mean. This movie is about
Baccarat.
Oh, Baccarat, yeah. This movie is about a group of elderly people, or a couple of elderly people who are hunting young individuals who are being a nuisance in society, and it's really fun.
And speaking of Run the Jewels, if you watched
Ozark.
Killer Mike makes an appearance.
Yeah, we are big Run the Jewels fans and big Ozark fans. That show I was not ready for the ending of Ozark.
Another movie we watched was The Assistant, and speaking of that, the director's newest movie is coming out from Neon, starring Julia Garner as well.
Right. It's called
she
like
was in
the
The Assistant.
the Rue or the Hotel something.
The Royal
The
Hotel.
Royal
I think.
Hotel. Hmm. I
But
like her
think-
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
She always pops up in fun movies. We
Yeah.
Are What We Are. She was in that. That was a
Yeah,
good
we
one.
watched that. That's on. I kind of skipped over that just because we
You
watched
really
so
heard my
many
Canadian.
movies.
We Are What We Are.
I had to hit you with that. We watched Shark Exploitation.
Oh, the shark exploitation doc. Speaking of Rebecca McKendry, she is in that. And well versed on aquatic horror and shark movies. She's incredible. But if you are a fan of, they even mentioned the shark zombie attack from Zombie 2.
At the end of it, but yeah.
At least it's in there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty extensive. So if you like sharks and you like documentaries, check out Shark Exploitation.
And then after we watched that, we went and literally watched every single one of the shark megalodon horror movies.
Mega
on Tubi.
shark versus mega octopus.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Barracuda,
Wolf shark versus
yeah.
pterodactyl. All of them.
Atomic Shark. Yeah. It was
Every bat.
rough.
And Tubi just like continuously plays movies. Like we've been falling asleep to it and just waking up to either a really poorly made movie or tits.
Yeah. my god. We're turning into Darren Van Dam.
Yeah, Darren Van Dam, Flick Connection. He's another one we got to get on the pod.
Honestly, could you imagine?
It,
You'd be like, can
Denise Richards, peak hotness. Oh, do you think he has? There's a movie with Katie Holmes, and I believe, I forget what it's called. But Rebecca McKendry said peak hotness, and I was like,
right. We watched, but I'm a cheerleader.
oh, I'm a homo. It's okay, I am. No, but Natasha Lyonne is so quirky and fun in that movie. And as someone who I hadn't seen this movie until now, I feel like I needed that movie when I was younger.
Melanie Linsky's in that, right?
Melanie Linsky, Clea Duvall.
I feel like that would have been your gay awakening and not Bring It On.
Yeah, I know.
But Elijah Dushku, obviously.
Fuck. You know that Wrong Turn movie after? Like,
right.
You take me out of here. Hose me off.
You're something else.
Excuse me.
Yeah. What did you just fucking say?
Oh my gosh. Well, we watched The Outwaters, which wasn't good.
Wait, we watched that in August?
Yep.
That did not stick. That movie was horrible.
Yeah, just skip that.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
We watched Bad Things, which was on the watch list for a while.
Okay, Bad Things. Name Hari Neff. Hari Neff in Bad Things, and then seeing her in Barbie. Oh my god, so good. I could cry thinking about Barbie, but she was the doctor in Barbie, and it just made my heart so happy.
Speaking of, we watched Barbie. Yes.
I cried from the opening pink Warner Brothers logo right to the end doll montage, and it was just so good. Every time he looked over, I'm like singing the songs and crying, and I didn't even see it, and I knew all the songs, and that's how excited I was for the movie.
But Bad Things is kind of like a Shining ripoff for like the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I guess.
I forget. I believe it might have been the girls from Bottoms, but they said that you don't see shitty representation of like shitty LGBT characters. They're always very like happy, pleasant. Like you don't see like shitty representations of their relationships. And I feel like Bad Things was a very good like representation of like a shitty LGBT relationship, and it's just nice to see not just a woman and man fighting over who cheated on who. Like it felt very much like more catty. It felt like they were girls just like casting out another girl. It felt much more deeper than what it felt. It was good in that sense, but it definitely needed some work.
Yeah, some of the execution, the ideas. We watched The Boogeyman. That's another new one we watched.
Loved that movie. I thought it was really cool. We love David Dalsmalchian. David Dalsmalchian. We really like him a lot, and
even though he was in it for like 1 second.
Yeah, but he was like this like goth character of himself, which was fun. But love Sophie Thatcher. She was very good in that movie, and she really carried it.
Yeah. Do we have to redo the...
No, we're good for another few minutes.
Okay. Well, The Boogeyman. Yeah, was The Boogeyman like a remake?
It is a Stephen King story. It is not tied to the... not to be confused with the one starring Matthew Berry from Seventh Heaven from like 2003. But it's a different story from that one.
Right. Well, like I said, we watched Barbie. Cobweb wasn't that. We kind of thought that was a little mid.
The
Could've been
only
better.
saving grace in that movie was Lizzie Kaplan being in it, but she gave like weird vibes, and
Yeah,
I
don't know.
I didn't vibe with it.
And Lizzie Kaplan's like old now, I guess. Like, what happened to that? I'm
Are
just
you
kidding.
age shaming?
Yeah. I mean, we're like
Weird.
30.
No, yeah, we're gonna be 30. That's weird. No.
Speaking of weird, we watched the Joaquin Phoenix doc because you haven't seen it.
Oh my god, the amount of pains in that movie, the amount of cocaine in that movie, the poor hookers in that movie. Oh my god, it was shocking.
It's just I don't even know how to describe that.
Ben
movie.
Stiller didn't he come in there?
Yeah, he was in like what the fuck?
Okay.
I don't really understand. It's just like a weird doc at a weird time. But if you remember Joaquin Phoenix in the media back then, he was like, I'm retiring, and then everyone thought he was going off the rails, but it turned out to be he was doing this doc.
He had a mat in his hair so
right.
bad that I just wanted to cut off. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then we watched a couple of mid movies. Auntie Lee's Meat Pies.
Auntie Lee's Meat Pies, starring Karen Black, which starts off with like a rape scene, but then she goes home and was like, it wasn't that bad. Like, what?
Right.
Yeah, it was
Just, you know,
shocking. It was shocking. But Karen Black is in that one, so.
Inherent Vice was okay.
Inherent Vice was long.
It was long. It could have been better. I feel like the Andersons, but specifically like Paul Thomas Anderson.
PTA.
He does this thing where his movies like they look cool, but they don't have any point. And
They're
that's
cool
this
in
one.
theory, but not in practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then
Except for Boogie Nights.
right. We watched a movie that's a little bit better than mid, but it's interesting for sure for horrors, but it's Mad Heidi.
Ugh, itchy. Mad Heidi was so good.
Yeah.
I am shocked by Mad Heidi. That movie gave us such good gore.
Gore, yeah.
Oh my god. And we're getting a sequel based on what the ending says. Swiss exploitation. I liked it. I like it a lot.
We rewatched Reservoir Dogs. We just can skip over that. We watched Babylon.
Oh, Babylon. Okay,
Debauch.
so I believe in like former like past podcasts, we were like, we're not gonna watch Babylon. Darren Van Dam said
Yeah.
Babylon was his favorite movie. I get it. Okay, I get it. We are the demographic for Babylon.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it until we started watching it. And the literal 10 minutes in, there is a girl pissing all over a guy's face. And you know what? That's the kind of debauchery that we didn't know we needed.
Darren Van Dam from Flick Connection was literally like, this is debaucherous, and if you're into that, you'll like this movie. So that's what we went with.
We just kind of I guess cast the movie out because of the cast. Yeah, and it being a Damien Chazelle film, which I really only
He's like
I
hit or
like
miss.
Whiplash, but I didn't watch La La Land, so didn't know what to expect there. But oh my god, it was worth the 3 hours. He put his whole puss in that one.
Yeah. We watched both Tickled docs.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, petition for David Farrier to make more documentaries.
Right.
I loved Dark Tourist, and the Tickled doc is like no different.
Tickled was wild. It's off the hook, and it's put out by Magnolia, which also did the Joaquin Phoenix stuff.
Yeah, we are big fans of Magnolia. Speaking of production companies, shout out Utopia Films for staying independent.
Yes, independent. Yeah.
Yes, putting out films by themselves for the people, by the people.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. But Tickled was about like it starts out and it's like, oh, here's like this doc about a tickling competition, and you're gonna be like, I don't know about this, but then you have to stick with it because it gets absolutely crazy. Like
Yeah.
it gets insane.
There's a lot of uncomfortable confrontation that takes
Yeah.
place.
You
Because
won't see where this one goes.
Yes.
It'll literally blow your mind.
secrets are revealed that like people don't want to be revealed, and
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, that about wraps it up because the last thing I have logged is train spotting, which we already mentioned.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Station 11, which ended
Oh, the
up
show,
being
the show,
a
yeah.
fantastic show. It does heavily focus on Shakespeare and like the theatrical
right.
sense of things, but oh my god, if you like post-apocalyptic things that really follow a core group of people, Station 11 is definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I thought it was surprising. I
I
felt
did
like
too.
didn't we like skip that or something at first?
Well, so when I heard Station 11, for some reason I thought Station 19, which I believe is a fire station show. So I was like, I don't
Like a
understand what the
Shonda
hype is
Rhimes
about.
type
Yeah.
show.
So Shonda Rhimes, yes. So when I heard Intercut talk about it more and kind of say it was starring Mackenzie Davis and we like her from San Junipero, I don't know, it sounded good, and it really was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I guess
should
this
we,
should do it.
we're gonna wrap her up because we went for quite a while today. Hope you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Daddy
And
gave
at
you
least
some content.
now you have some things to listen to. Remember?
Yeah, I'm our only listener. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Horror Hideout listens. Kenzie
Shout out Horror
organized.
Hideout.
Yeah.
Those are our guys.
Yeah, they're pod friends. They have a pod too, so go listen to their pod too.
Yeah, we definitely like them, and I feel like those are our closest podcast friends.
Yeah, we should get them on eventually. I think they do want to like do a collab with us.
Well, would love that. We
Yeah.
never talk to other people.
Yeah, we should bring them on. Logan still wants to come on. the pod.
Yes. Alex's best friend, he like doesn't watch a lot of movies anymore, and I was like, okay, I want to pick a movie, and like you can pick a movie, and I want him to watch Happiness, and if you've seen Happiness, you know Happiness, so it's one of my favorites.
Right. I did show him Greener Grass when he came up the one time.
You guys, if you haven't seen Greener Grass, like you just if you like David Lynch but also like a weird
Comedy.
surreal comedy with like actually good jokes,
Right.
watch Greener Grass.
Honestly.
I don't own a dog, but I know that's a dog.
And that's where we'll wrap it up. Popo's out.
Popo's out.